Hi guys, and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. This episode is not on green water. This episode is on, in my last video I wanted you guys to help me name two fish. The Yamabuki Ogon, yellow one, and the Ginring Kahaku. Both started this season at 17 centimetres, or 19 centimetres, my apologies. 19 centimetres, and they've built up a good little bond. I've had some absolutely fantastic names been thrown out there. Like Phil G said Hannibal, but I thought that might come across a bit wrong because maybe that can be misconstrued as something else. And he's only small, so he won't look like a Hannibal. Anyway, I've decided on the two names for the koi, for those two particular fish. Now, I would like to claim this as my own and sort of say I had the intelligence or ingenuity or whatever you want to say about the cleverness of this or the fun factor of it, but this name really suits my fish down to the ground and me because it's not too serious. It's absolutely brilliant. So the first one, well actually I'm not going to name them. I've got the two names, I've got the two fish, but I don't know which one suits which. So if you can comment once I tell you what the names are and show you the fish, which the first fish is now, I'll clip him in now, Ginring Kahaku. Okay, and the second fish is this Yamabuki Ogon. I'm getting really good at that, by the way. I managed to do it in my last episode, so I'm probably going to overkill that. So it's those two fish. The first name for one of those two fish is going to be Fate. Okay, all will come clear in the end, but the first name will be Fate. Okay guys, and the second name that is going to be for the fish is going to be called Foz, or Foss. If you're clever enough and you put that together, you realise it says Phosphate. So we've got Foss and Fate in the pond. In fact, I'll just drop down that here now, and I think that's a wonderful little play on words, a little bit of fun, especially through the extravaganza that I've been through recently with the bloody phosphate. So now I'm going to have Phosphate in the pond all year round. So if we can get one of them to arrive here, in fact, there he is. One of them, soon to be either Foss or Fate, not this big Yamabuki, but this little yellow one here. You see him coming in now? I don't know if you can pick him up. I don't know if I pick him up, but I'll spin you round in a bit and we'll have a look. Hopefully we'll be able to encourage him up. So we're going to have like Phosphate in the pond all the time. I think that's a cracking pair of names for two fish that are going to be hanging around together. Hopefully they'll stay together for a long time because it just won't be the same. I'm going to put Fate as in with an F, and I'm going to say Foz. So not Foss, because I want it to be one of the things, if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you don't know. So on the spreadsheet, which I'll clip in now and I'll highlight the names, so there you can see them, both 19 centimetres. So you can see there that they are both now named Foz and Fate. But I really don't know which one. I spent the night laughing my head off at the name, first of all. I was laughing my head off at the name, but then when I got round to it I was like, which one's Foz and which one's Fate? And I can't decide. I'm truly, honestly, 50-50 on which one should be Foz and which one should be Fate. So if you've got a personality, you want to have fun, and you want to have a little bit of a laugh about like naming a couple of fish, get involved. Just say, if you know the breed of the fish, which is the yellow one is the Yamabuki Ogon, so he should be either Foz or Fate, and the Ginring Kahaku, he should be either Foz or Fate if it's a he. I don't even know, they're too small to really tell. So hopefully that's a little bit of fun and we'll get the two names allocated to them. In fact, when I put them in the spreadsheet, I've already allocated it, so that's a bit wrong, isn't it? But we can always change that, it's just an Excel document. So now we've had a little bit of fun, let's have a little bit of serious stuff. The pond, right, the vortex, I've been looking at the water, I don't know if it'll bring it up here, if we just pop across there, if you can see, because we've got a bit of debris there. You can see like the ripples coming round, maybe if I rotate you around in a minute, you can see the ripples. The vortex is so strong, and that's due to the fact that we've increased the pump speed significantly. And because my pond is only narrow, so it's I think it's 1.8 externally or internally, so it's not the widest of ponds, and I know that a few other people have struggled with narrow ponds due to the fact the vortex is flying down, banging off a wall and flying. And just going through my experience last year and the pond being really clear last year, I never took the pump speeds above 40 or 50 at absolute max. So with all the dramas I'm having recently, and the fact I don't like the vortex rapidly flying around and my fish being on that treadmill thing, I'm going to decrease it. In fact, we're going to walk around now. I'm going to decrease it now. I'll flip the camera around in a minute so we can basically have a look at me lowering it, then have a look at the pond clarity, then have a look at the impact that it'll have. Maybe if I can show you actually, as I look into the pond, we can see. Okay guys, so I'm just going to make my way back up here because I just brought up that subject. Here, if you look at the speed of the water, look at it. Can you see it? I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's literally causing ripples around the top there of the pond. It's not the nicest look. And when the fish do come up there, they do have to fight to get there, and I just don't like it. So anyway, let's go back round this way, have a little look over the top, up through the window that needs cleaning. In fact, I've got a new camera, but you can see there we're making progress. You know what I mean? I do need to clean the window. I have had a lot on at the minute, so let's come round. Right, so the pump speed of the skimmer, we'll go with the downers, and we're going to take it down to 25. And the bottom drain, because we can purge it and clean it at a later date, I'm also going to knock that down from 90, which is where it was, to 35, which is where I had it last year. Well, I had it in and around just before winter, the 30s up to the 50s. I was never as high as this, so that is going to really calm down the vortex. It's also going to give let me spin you around. Okay, so them adjustments that I've just made are really going to calm down that vortex I've just shown you before. I don't think it's going to come as clear on the video as it is in real life, just due to the fact that the pond is too narrow, which is a building error on my part. I really should have made it a little bit wider, maybe 20 centimetres at least wider on the pond, to give it more like spin. But yeah, that slowed that right down. And there's a lot of people commenting that UV light needs to have more time on water, so as it passes through it needs more time on water to be able to do the clumpy stuff and bind it all together. And plus the fact that the overriding fact here from making this decision is the input that I've had from other people, which has been fantastic. It is amazing to grow into this hobby with the support of great people out there that just give the support as like, this is what I think, okay? And I absolutely love that. But the fact is that last year I didn't have this problem and my pump speeds weren't that high. So I'm now making that decision to knock them right down. Plus I don't like the treadmill thing for the fish. And we're going to just see the effects. Obviously if we go back to the water now and have a quick gander at it, we should see, well yeah, we're seeing that like the spinning here has slowed right down. I know that you probably won't be able to see it like I can see it with my eyes, but it slowed it right down. The fish look a little bit more steady. You know, like before they were always fighting and trying to get into line or into position and everything like that. So I'm quite happy with them adjustments, obviously, if we clear the clean water. Now I was up at just for the uppers back in the day, well back to about 4 weeks ago, we went with the uppers and went up. That's why we ended up going up to 90% on both systems. So we did trial that. It didn't work. We did have phosphates in there that I didn't know about until halfway through, but it did make improvements, but not the improvements that we're stretching for. We really want to see right down to the bottom. And like I say, every single pond is different. This has worked for me in the past. I'm hoping it will work for me again. And I've also ordered a few other bits and bats, but I'm gonna have to go in it now anyway, because the wife will be back and I want to claim my brownie points for doing the mopping up. Hopefully she'll be happy with me for that. So yeah, please like, please subscribe, and I can't wait to went to the half-time point for the grower of the year, because I'm truly intrigued to see which fish has grown the most, because I'm spending so much time in my day out here looking at the koi, darting about, feeding, trying to predict which one's feeding the most, which one's doing the most, which one's active, which one's looking bigger. And I welcome you in on that journey with me to see what my fish will do. Yesterday over the past 2 or 3 days, I'd like to give a little update. One fish that's really changed its behaviour recently has been the Ginring Benegai Ed, after Ed Sheeran because he's orange. The Ginring Benegai, he has never been a leader feeder. He's always been in the bottom half, definitely the bottom half. All of a sudden, he's like number 2, number 3 behind Freddie. So again, who can predict what's going to go on? You never know. But yeah, I've waffled on. Please like, please subscribe. Please make sure that you comment which fish belongs to which name. So we've got Foz and we've got Fate, and we've got them chilling in the pond. They just need the allocation of their names. The spreadsheet can be adjusted. Take care, guys.